Welcome back, and we're just about to settle down and have a nice bout of dinner, which consists of bread and jam and
I don't
bread.
get it either.
So basically, enough. My trial is tonight. I wonder what's for dinner.
Oh,
bread
God.
and jam is more like a lunch thing. Or breakfast.
Yeah, usually that's reserved for breakfast in my country, something like that.
I guess so. Well, young man, I must say, it's a pleasure to have someone show such appreciation for my bacon.
Although I have a question, that looks like soup in the background. Why are you putting jam on your bread for soup?
It's just that the jam looks like soup.
When it comes to your bread, Mrs. Eclair, there's no limit to how much I could eat.
Now, a true gentleman doesn't
Oh.
overgorge our bread.
Whoa.
Well, now.
Luke,
Oh no.
you just said the magic words.
You shouldn't have said that.
Let me guess, she's like one of those grandmothers like, have some more.
That grandmother who always bakes a whole cake for you even though you're only there for an hour.
My, aren't you a darling? Well, in that case, I suppose I'll just have to bring out my special reserve. Hold on a moment. I'll just go and fetch it.
How much mold is there on it?
I was gonna ask.
Right, I think it's time I started preparing tomorrow's bread.
Do we ever sleep, Phoenix?
Oh yeah, yes, me too. I'm sure it must be whatever.
It must be
Time.
serious to get Maya to prefer work.
What a pair of supportive people.
Professor, what was that all about?
I'm
You're
not
gonna die,
entirely
Luke.
Sure, but I do seem struck by a sudden sense of impending doom.
See? You're gonna die.
Well, bye, Luke.
Or is it a wheel of cheese? Even though she doesn't make cheese.
Sorry to have kept you waiting.
What the fuck is that?
Loaf.
There you go. Have at it. But be warned, I won't take kindly to any leftovers.
That's that's not a loaf of bread. That's a fucking cardboard box made of bread. Like, what the fuck?
Your general, it looks like a concrete block painted.
Yeah.
This loaf. Wait, where did those two go? Miss Maya, Mr. Wright?
You're
They're not
setting a
eating
fine
it.
example, aren't you, there?
My suppliers have brought me boxes that were smaller than that thing.
It would appear that we have been left to tackle this particular task alone.
Let's visualize it as a puzzle.
Not even a puzzle can get us out of this, Tio.
Eat
Then
the
later
bread.
Luke died for food poisoning.
Oh,
Or
they're fine.
just from being stuffed full of it.
Phew, I'm stuffed.
I believe this must be the most bread I've ever eaten in my life.
The most bread.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, wait a sec. I've just realized we finished eating, but Espella still isn't back yet.
So about that loaf of bread.
Yeah, how did we eat all of that?
She went to the market, didn't she? Perhaps we ought to go and...
Oh my! Customers at this late hour? I'm sorry, but we're closed.
FBI, open up!
There's no
Basically,
FBI in here, there's...
well, the closest. The team, dead man over there!
So, he's the one, is he?
Neo?
Hi, just a minute. What do you think you're doing barging in here like this?
I wish I kept that cinder block.
Stand aside, madam. This is a matter of urgency.
What are you going to do?
You there, Porcupine Head. You're coming with us. God,
Poor
even in
baby.
medieval times, he can't get respect. Porcupine Head? You don't mean me, do you?
You're under arrest for having spiky hair, which is still a crime in many states.
You could poke someone's eye out with that.
Who else in this room fits that description?
Will ruin your cushions when you sleep.
Not me. Certainly, you would appear to be alone on that particular front.
Thanks. I wish I had a top hat too right about now.
You're not having mine.
Enough of your idle chit-chat. Time to get going. Huh? What do you mean?
Used of poisoning the bread.
Well, it should be quite obvious. You're coming to the court, of course. The court?
I wouldn't be caught dead at one of those.
Mr. Wright, what did he do?
Poison the bread, like I said.
Yeah, Nick, what did you do?
I feel like I should be asking you that question for some reason, Maya.
Yeah, I know, right?
I didn't do anything! The only thing you could accuse me of is making bread that's too good to eat!
Again, why were you not a baker when you were out of a job?
That's the crime.
Ahem. This man is not the one who's on trial.
Oh, that's good.
In that case, why is Mr. Wright being made to go to court and my frame rate's lagging?
That's simple, because the girl has requested him, of course. And yeah, this game does tend to lag a bit. Girl? What girl?
Maya, still.
Naturally, the girl facing the trial for this evening's crime.
Been too busy making bread to watch the news.
That heinous witch, Miss Espella Cantabella, no less.
Yeah, basically, Espella's pretty much the only defendant in this throughout this entire game.
Oh yeah, that's why she didn't show up. She got arrested.
To be continued.
Whether or not it's a positive or a negative entirely depends on you.
More on that later. For now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to boldly say that what is about to come up is an example of definitely the parts that had some of the most work put into them. In a sense where the Layton stuff, that's your usual stuff. The Ace Attorney stuff, though, got quite a bit of a change for the main course of this game.
A change that is still being reflected in the most recent entry, in fact. I will even go as far as to say that this upcoming trial that we're about to go through is actually one of my all-time favorite Ace Attorney trials. And I'm counting like all of them, main games, spin-offs, you name them.
For now...
Well, when it comes to tier list, I know that people tend to include also this game for the trial.
Yep.
And you'll give it to us, won't you?
Give me your money.
Pretty much. Yeah, witches are kind of serious business here. Don't mess with them. Burned to a crisp.
Oh yes, I was being accused of burning people who kind of deserved it, but I guess, you know, it's just flaws on the law, I guess.
Anyway, Chapter 2, The Fire Witch. Yeah, instead of turnabouts, the trials are named witches of sorts.
Witch trials? That was Takumi's original idea for this game, Joe, but witch trials?
Oh yeah, what I meant, I'm talking about the naming structure for the turnabouts. The room is lit, but it's still somehow dark, and the atmosphere feels heavy.
Nick, what are we doing in a place like this?
How should I know? Nobody ever tells me anything. We're just a couple of bakers, but I don't think they brought us here to make bread. Needless to say.
All I wanted was to do to be the best baker there ever was.
Yikes. Is it me or is that guard staring daggers into us?
Who's this again?
I think it's Espella, yeah.
Mr. Wright, Maya. Espella, what exactly is going on? I'm sorry. I was the one who sent for you both.
You sent for us?
I'm being put on trial.
We
I can see that.
Well, she doesn't know that we already been brought up to speed. To be
Wait,
fair.
what? What happened?
I don't know. know. I just don't understand what's going on. I didn't do anything wrong. I couldn't possibly murder anyone. Murder? That almost never happens with us, right, Nick?
Yeah, as far as we know.
Was an exception.
I beg you, Mr. Wright, please, I need your help. Just one more time.
Wait, one more time?
Yeah, good apple.
You need my help? What could I possibly do?
Poison the judge's bread.
You know, what can I do that's not illegal?
They won't know. Poison hasn't been invented yet.
Pretty sure it has. Espella, I'm just a baker. The only thing I know about law is how not to get on the wrong side of it.
And sometimes you still fuck up.
Wait. Hold on a sec. Espella. What did you just say? You said you needed Nick's help just one more time.
One more time.
One more time.
We gotta celebrate.
Celebrate? Yeah, with fire. Sure, it'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure myself, but when the knights came and took me... A vision suddenly appeared in my mind. It was Mr. Wright.
Oh?
He was fighting for me, defending me. This brave blue figure, it was clear as day.
Apparently with some savvy music to accompany me as well. Sounds familiar.
Kind of music. Bit different though.
I was fighting for you? No way! That's impossible! I mean, it's like I already said. Damn it, Espella, I'm a baker, not a lawyer.
You sure?
I have a hard enough time rolling dough, let alone defending someone in court.
Wait, but you just said that you make bread too good to eat.
Well, yeah, that's because I pound it rather than roll it.
That's true, we never see him actually roll dough. I thought the same thing too at first, but I don't think that's quite true. You and Maya, at some time, somewhere.
Somewhere
Out there?
the rainbow.
You helped me. You fought for me as a defender.
I'll admit, I was
There you
kind of
go.
thinking the same thing as Shiroi. So,
So yeah, just like we have inquisitors, we also have defenders.
defender.
Nobody expects the Spanish inquisitor. I don't know.
What's wrong, Nick?
Where do I even begin?
Where
I
did you
wish I knew,
start? Yeah.
Maya. But hearing Espella mention a defender, I can't help but feel something inside of me just burn.
Oh, that's
with
his
the
trigger
mention of
word.
it.
Maybe it also involves that small.
Accused! Defender!
It also involves that small, golden button that you're supposed to be having on your, on your chest.
Oh yeah, this
It's
thing
time.
that's on my
Head
clothes.
Maybe you should present it to someone to confirm that.
Head forth. Where are we going exactly?
I know this
This
one,
way, you
Maya.
buffoon!
Try fingers, but whole.
The courtroom in which today's trial will be taking place. The Chamber of Fire!
Well, that sounds like a
Oh,
lovely
the-
place.
The knight
what
asked
now?
calmly.
Chamber?
Of fire?
Listen, considering the weather, I don't need this right now.
Haste! If you are but a moment late, a guilty verdict will be delivered immediately.
Well, you suck.
It's the law.
What? No way!
I'll give you 5 seconds. 5.
1.
1. Yeah,
Mr.
guilty.
Wright. I'm truly sorry, Mr. Wright. I know this is all so sudden.
Why do I feel like I've been in this kind of scenario before?
Many times.
But, with, the other girl standing in front of me.
It's funny. She's even got a similar body structure and somewhat similar hairdo to Maya. She's just missing the top knot.
That's the thing. Remember, if I remember correctly, the original character designer of the original trilogy came back for this game. So
Because my hair is like Espella's right now.
Interesting. Well then, let's head inside,
Huh?
Espella. This overwhelming pressure, it feels so familiar somehow. Almost like deja vu.
There's no black cat anywhere,
Even-
so...
even the characters in Ace Attorney look a lot like the Ace Attorney 1 characters. in
They
art style.
definitely do match a lot about how they look in the art book for the original trilogy as well. Let's go, Maya. Maybe we'll get a better idea once the trial is started.
All right, let's do it to it, Nick.
Which is interesting, because if Team Takumi makes Ace Attorney 7, it would be quite the straight returning to the original art style.
It would be.
What is
Oh, I
this
love this
heat?
cutscene.
It's like an oven in here.
Now you're about to see
I will
why
now
this is the
pronounce
first
the verdict.
Layton-esque game
This
to
court
be,
finds
well,
the
rated T for
accused
teen.
Guilty of being
Yeah.
a witch.
No, I'm not a witch! Please, I beg you to reconsider! I'm not...
5.
Witches are to be cast straight into the hellfire!
Hellfire comms. Oh.
No!
So, this is the witch's court.
So, did they properly clean out the cage for the next occupant?
Nope,
think it
moving on.
I think it also helps the fact that Phoenix stares right into the player.
Jovah, I can only imagine Hino's face when he asks, "Okay, Takumi-san, what is your primary vision for idea for this game? Witch trials, burning witch trials." And I'm like, I have to wonder what was Hino's reaction to that.
Well,
It's
this-
perfect for doing it.
Yes, I've always wanted an excuse to make a T-rated Layton game, and now I finally have it.
He kills cats. Like, I'm sure he's fine with burning people alive.
Anyway, we're here to fight for Espella and get her out of this place. And yes, as Pedro mentioned, you will notice that one thing Takumi loves to do is take advantage of all the different camera angles that he can get, now that the Ace Attorney games are being rendered in 3D as opposed to 2D sprites and whatnot. And look
This is
here!
something that
Alright, if I recall correctly, the judge here is played by the same voice actor who voiced the narrator in the Castle of Illusion remake.
Interesting. And yes, as you can see, the judge here is a more familiar face this time.
Yep.
yeah. Yamazaki did the same thing with his Attorney duology as well.
Oh yeah. And one thing I do love is how more over the top some of the breakdowns got as well as a result.
My name is Phoenix Wright.
Don't get me wrong, I do love 2D art all the much, but there are some things that 3D models can do with a lot much more ease.
I asked him to come, my lord.
What I would
wanted
love
to
for
represent
is
you.
an Ace Attorney again that looks like
This
Dragon Ball
court
Fighters.
dictates that
That would be the
accused
perfect
is free to
way
Like
to
with
get
Akira
the strength of-
Toriyama's art
No,
style?
no, like,
Referring
no.
to the cell shade that Arc System is doing.
Ah, that,
So,
yeah.
Here, I'll use Nino Kuni as an example. Imagine applying the Ace Attorney art style with the Nino Kuni style of cell shading, Jovah.
Well, I get what you mean about Dragon Ball Fighter Z, though. That feels like the perfect merging of 3D and 2D art.
That way you can have the advantage of both versions of the animation.
But yeah, it seems we're missing something from this court.
Oh yeah, I kind of need an opponent. And he is late.
There.
Should the assigned inquisitor fail to appear in court, I will have no choice but to dismiss all charges.
To their credit, they're fair
Oh,
at
yeah.
least.
He is an
Yeah.
inquisitor of high caliber, but if he does not come
Oh
forward
great, so I get to deal with apparently the best Inquisitor if he shows up.
and victory will then be declared in favor of this baker.
Because that's the thing, there was a previous trial, which means there must have been... Oh!
Hold it!
Oh no.
Best characters enter the
Here
server!
he comes, the big
Yes.
ham himself.
Yeah, he's also one of my favorite attorney prosecutors.
And the best thing about it, you think they will go for an Edgeworth clone, but no, he's pretty much his own original thing.
Probably because Edgeworth was originally going to be in this game, but more on that later. Ladies and gentlemen...
this is one sorry.
How handsome.
That actually gives me a...
Axel got a haircut.
I give to you the main Inquisitor of this game, Zacharias Barnham.
Cross swords.
I, Inquisitor Zacharias Barnum, am indeed prepared to do battle, my lord.
Oh
Who
yeah.
voices Barnum?
It's not
later.
It's not Liam O'Brien, but he definitely has that vibe.
Well, he's a British guy, so...
Phoenix, you need
I
a
just
sword.
realized we could have swords here in the courtroom.
Why do I...
Mark Healy.
It is the way
Okay,
of the
Why
I
do I
heard you
feel-
already.
A knight must always ensure that he rides with a blade at his side.
Why do I feel like that sword is not the most dangerous weapon I've seen in court
Now then.
before?
State your name, Sir Blue Knight.
Look at the bright side, Phoenix. Just hope that he's... look at the bright side, Phoenix. Just hope that he's not like Gordo when he throws the sword at you.
I'm a baker.
Oh wow.
Healy's mainly Healy's done some voice acting, but he's mainly a voice director. The most recent one he's done is Bravely Default 2.
Okay.
Quit with the long face. You look miserable.
Gee, let me try to be happy in
No need
this.
to waste your breath. This trial will be over before you can utter a single objection.
But yeah,
Objection?
To follow up on what Tay was saying, yeah, that's another thing that I will say that yeah, I do appreciate that this guy is unlike any other of the prosecutors. Whereas the main prosecutor in Gray's attorney, while he does bring his own, he's a bit reminiscent of Edgeworth, a bit.
Part of
Well,
me
you're
wanted...
thinking more of a
even in
secret
design.
Blackwill.
Even in design. It's complicated. I will have to get into spoilers to discuss
Okay,
details.
I don't know much about Blackwill myself anyway, so...
Trust me,
Oh,
there's...
it's pointless! Hand down the verdict already!
Put that doughy defender on trial too, I say!
Barnum!
Yes, get used to hearing his name spoken out well, because this guy is, well, like
And I
most
will-
prosecutors, a goddamn celebrity.
You can tell that they had a fun because it's, of course, his name sounds like Burn Him. So-
Yes. Fun fact, actually, over in the French localization, this guy's name is Garnet.
I guess they can go over a good burning pun over there, friends.
Maybe they did not care for puns.
Who's voicing this judge out of us?
Well, gee,
As you
Dwibs,
wish.
I wonder who's voicing this judge who looks like our usual judge.
It's
First,
me.
let us begin by recounting the events leading up to the murder. Is that acceptable, Sir Apprentice Baker?
As you wish. I can't tell if he's sweating from the nervousness or the heat of the flames.
The murder occurred this very evening. Yesterday, there was heavy rainfall in the area. Eventually, it gave way to sunshine. Yeah, sadly, we don't really have a gumshoe equivalent to give us the explanation, but alas, we work with what we have.
And I'll
Which
give
came just in time for today's parade. Although a few hours after the parade ended, the rain set in once more.
And Barnum
this time
definitely can
period,
give as good as he gets as well.
In this time period, the Inquisitor also investigates.
It continued to rain until just before the incident, which took place on a small path leading to the market. Also, for this track, it reverses some of the instruments. Interesting.
Yeah.
The accused had been out doing some shopping at the market. She returned home on that very same path.
Good eye there, Tio. Or ears.
And on that forest path, two rogues named Robs and Mugs are said to have accosted the accused.
Interesting names.
An interesting photo booth.
Yeah.
I thought that they were double-acted C on CBBC.
One could assume the accused simply acted in self-defense.
We don't give a shit about that here.
I see. Robs and Mugs. Those two have appeared in court a number of times in the past.
So
As far as I'm
let's see.
concerned, Rosetta Stone is still the best one. Of all these.
Yeah.
So far, it may appear that the accused was more the victim. However, the situation soon changed.
You burned them alive.
That's right. The accused, Espella Cantabella, knowingly and mercilessly murdered her two assailants.
You act in self-defense.
Cantabella?
That girl, isn't she?
I always knew she looked suspicious.
Not so loud.
Yikes. There's that weird excitement again.
This town really likes
Phoenix
burning
is getting
people.
a pure boner out of this.
Oh, by the way, speaking of the soundtrack, this game has my favorite Pursuit theme. Specifically, Pursuit casting magic.
We'll get to that
I need to go
eventually.
across what happened. It's getting late already. I'm missing my comedy routine over at the Great Hall. Let's begin the trial. Inquisitor Barnum, you may now begin.
As you wish, my lord. The Inquisition will now hear eyewitness testimony regarding the night of the murder.
So, you know the usual stick. Witness, we gotta cross-examine them. Should hopefully be nice and simple. Eyewitness testimony, huh? Looks like this trial is finally getting underway.
Yeah, they just said that.
I can't back down now. I have to fight! Shame I didn't bring a sword with me, but I'll make do with the power of my words. Oh, I'm just a simple bread-baking baker, living a simple bread-making life. Ugh, this situation is more twisted than a pretzel, and I'm smack in the middle of it.
Bread pun.
But I have to do this to save Espella. Okay, let's see if I can untwist this testimony and put this thing to bed. Meanwhile, Espella, just stay comfortable up in that cage that is literally looming over the fire.
I'm fine.
Thanks. It helps.
Okay, so we got Merlin, Sheep Lady, Little Red Riding Hood, and him.
Alright.
RuneScape default character. Allow me to welcome you all. Now, would each of you please state your name and occupation?
That poor bastard.
This is the new trial mechanic introduced in this game that is still
Wait!
in...
Hold it! Wait a minute! What's going on here?
Yes.
As I already explained, Sir Curtis Baker, this is the eyewitness testimony.
This thing. Shut up.
Barnum's an interesting one. You can tell what he thinks, but he isn't as blatant about it as other prosecutors were. Probably because he's trying to be, polite.
Indeed. This many people inside the courtroom could pose a health and safety issue.
Yeah, let's
He's a knight.
social distance all of them.
He's
Yeah.
a knight, so he's been taught to act nobly.
Your Honor, that's not quite what I meant, but maybe I could use that to my advantage. Witness testimonies are supposed to be done one by one, as in one witness at a time.
We really don't have a time, Phoenix. We cannot make the trials go 3 days longer. Oh no.
What are you talking about, child? We'd be here all night if we did that.
I don't want to be lamb chops.
Poor Snowy.
I get...
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
That's right, young man. We have witnessed the very hand of fate that reached out to us this evening.
I didn't think fate would dictate this for me. Go on, Shiroi.
Could we hurry this along, perhaps?
Oh my god, it's Aerith as an English woman.
Why? Why are you so in a hurry? Do you have something to hide, maybe?
These flowers won't sell themselves. As much as my boss wishes they would.
Ah, she's on a tight
and here we
schedule.
go. And here we go, yet another one anime girl that sells fucking flowers, because of course.
In, as Jovah pointed out, like a pink dress.
Again, this is why I love how this was literally the first trope that Snackquill took a jab at.
Go on, Pedro.
The path to knighthood is an arduous one, but I remain steadfast in my resolve as I travel down this long road.
He's a
Knightle.
special customer, that one.
I shall not falter. I will be victorious.
It's a trial, not a competition.
Who cares?
Who cares? Just question them all at once.
Cage did it. Let's get on with it.
Yeah, get on with it.
Yeah, finish this already.
I'd like to go back to home and get to bed.
Tab.
No.
We want some blood, damn it. We want some death.
Witnesses, again, state your names and occupations.
I'm known as Wordsmith. But what is a name? How does one describe an occupation? Like the bubbling of a babbling brook.
What's your
Oh god, he's a
occupation?
philosopher. Get him out of
I
here.
gracefully around the rocks and the breeze with his life.
Damn it,
Never
Takumi, this is not...
worrying my mind.
God damn it, Takumi, this is no time for your stinking haikus.
Right, so I guess that means he's jobless.
Yeah.
Ow!
Fairy, and this darling kid is snowy.
Even when
Get me out of
amnesia,
here!
even when amnesia,
Sure.
Phoenix still has
Yes.
a snark.
You know, I have listened to that Hino probably came up with this joke because, you know, remember that one Layton in Lady Layton? So, yeah.
Louie and I often travel to the edge of town to sell delicious fresh milk. Milk like that doesn't happen overnight. I work my hands to the bone squeezing each drop out. Literally.
Jesus.
That sounds pretty frightening.
How do you think I feel?
You have my condolences.
I'm Kira, a flower seller. And I don't look suspicious whatsoever.
Yeah, doesn't Elizabeth is named after the alias that Light Yagami used.
Oh, her name sounds like Killer when you get down to it.
If you would be so kind, feel free to purchase one of my beautiful flowers at any time during the trial.
yes,
This is not a
Hashtag
bribe.
shameless plug.
Yes, Takumi, I know how your writing works. You make it...
Please support my Patreon.
Okay.
I know how you work, Takumi. You're intentionally making her seem as nice as possible because, well...
No, it's more like her posture. That is so defensive.
Allow me to remind you there was a certain character in Ace Attorney Free in which Takumi did the exact same thing that he's doing with this character.
Come to think of it, she was named after a flower in Ace Attorney Free. Yeesh, talk about a hard sell.
Man, I'm so tempted to make a really topical joke right now on that line, but I won't. My name is Nighthole! I am to Jenner Town's Order of Knights! I study night and day, though I am still but a mere squire. Joining the Knights of the Inquisition is my life's ambition, and I, Nighthole, will do whatever necessary to join!
So, he's jobless too.
Enough. Honorable witnesses, I ask that you show this court your best when delivering your testimonies.
How much is
So
he
Ace Attorney, so the events between Ace Attorney 3 or 4 were just karma for Phoenix for these comments.
Now, tell us what exactly you all saw on this ill-fated eve.
I wonder how much he had to say honorable witnesses for gritted teeth on that one.
Remember, this is
protocol stuff.
remember, this is Takumi writing him. I mean, so but Takumi usually doesn't make him that much of a snappy.
The sound of meat evening dinner permeated the air, and a soft light shone faintly in the distance.
To be fair, Phoenix does snark a lot in his mind.
Grab the girl by the arm. It looks like he almost pushed her to the ground.
I heard a faint voice cry out. The next moment, those two villainous men burst into flames.
Toasty.
Frosty, 3D.
It was a cold night, so it was nice, actually.
There's a justifiable scene in the area. Without a doubt, magic must have been used.
What a helpful testimony.
We don't know. Ah, of course, argument from ignorance. I don't know what the cause was, therefore it was magic.
Yeah.
Of course.
Your Honor, objection. The witness just used an argument from ignorance.
Magic.
Overruled.
That's exactly what fuels witch trials, my boy.
Sir Apprentice Baker, you may now begin your interrogation.
Where
Ooh,
to even
I get an
start?
interrogation. What fun.
I have but one piece of advice. I suggest you pay heed.
Don't give advice to your opponent.
Nah, he's just that nice.
Do not waste the court's time by grilling these witnesses over irrelevant nonsense, Sir Apprentice Baker.
Grilling, huh?
As in, don't badger the witnesses.
Are you alright, Nick? They should have calling you an apprentice baker, huh?
I
'Cause
can't
you
imagine
are.
why. I'll be honest with you, Maya. I have no idea how I'm feeling right now.
That's valid.
Big mood.
But I know it's all up to me. As her defender, Espella's fate is in my hands.
No, you should not.
I have to believe in her, and I need to start believing in myself.
You will believe in yourself.
I gotta believe.
Believe in yourself.
Believe.
Yourself.
I can do this. I believe Espella's innocent, and I'll fight until the end to prove it.
We were both going for Sonic songs, but that wasn't the one I was going for.
I was going for Spyro.
Oh. Yeah, that's the spirit.
I was actually going for
Extraordinary.
Parappa the Rappa.
I was going
Yeah.
for Tails' theme from Adventure.
Believe in myself.
Alright, let's do it. Hold it! What time would that be exactly?
Time for you to shut up.
Dinner time. When else would a scent of dinner be in the air if not dinner time? Do you see?
I need an exact
Lunch?
time.
Not so much.
To be fair, Phoenix being a baker means probably that he has a meal scramble time. The sun had already set by that time. That should be adequate.
Yeah, fuck you, Phoenix.
Then why didn't he just say that?
The sun had already set. So you clearly witnessed what happened tonight. Is that correct?
I have been dubbed a witness. Thus, they must clearly have witnessed something. Do you see?
I
That's
feel like
not
you should
how-
know
Witness
the
this.
answer. In that case, how much light was there in the immediate area at that time?
Enough to see the nose on my face, but not enough to see the trees ahead. Do you see?
Then what
so it's
did
like
you
in-
witness?
Oh, so it's like in Greatest Attorney where they say that the fog in England is so thick you can even see your hand in front of
No,
you.
no. That doesn't add up. If the area was completely dark, then you couldn't possibly have witnessed anything.
We're up to a great start.
Do you see?
Ah, I see.
Nevertheless, something caught my eye. It was a most ominous sight.
Sometimes we do get fog so bad that you can't see any more than a few feet in front of you.
Yeah.
Ominous is what that sight was.
Oh, sure.
Man,
I'm
don't-
proud to admit that Great Ace Attorney definitely captures the mood and weather of Britain, then.
And oh,
Objection! Poor form, Sir Apprentice Baker.
What's that supposed to mean?
I hate to disappoint you, but there was, in fact, light in the area.
From the fire that she bid them
Fire.
with.
Huh?
Yeah.
Take a look at this, and this is a drawing of a crime scene, based on the witnesses' accounts as penned by the court illustrator.
Okay. The court illustrator. I've never heard of that before.
It's a British thing. We don't allow cameras in our courts.
Yeah.
Look carefully. This shows what the scene looked like at the time of the murder.
Oh? That is a very good drawing, I won't deny.
Yeah, seriously.
Illustration of the highest quality, as always.
you see, the court illustrator is actually the art director of the game.
Now then,
What game?
we have established that by the time the murder occurred, the sun had already set.
Uh-huh.
And so, naturally, the defendant was carrying a firelit lantern, as we can see.
Ah. A lantern. Was it green by any chance?
No.
No.
Eureka! Indeed! Yes, that is what I was saying earlier.
Yeah, like most opponents, Barnum is an Inquisitor who can roll with the punches.
There was a lantern, I say.
And Dumbledore really let himself go.
Oh, please. You totally forgot. He was never the same after his hot, sexual, passionate relationship with Grindelwald.
To be honest, I did not imagine it would be necessary to present this, but, milord, here is the lantern in question. This is what was responsible for the light illuminating the area.
Very well. The court accepts this into the court into evidence.
Technically, it says court record on the bottom screen, so yes, court
Yeah,
record.
but we can't call it court record. It's a court
Scroll.
Court scroll. Yes. That. Speaking of which, Inquisitor Barnum,
Archive?
in this drawing,
Uh?
the accused seems to be holding a milk bucket of sorts. What became of this? The defendant drank it, my lord.
To gain the
Why?
superpowers of magic.
Oh.
That
She was thirsty. The fire caused her to be
is a
thirsty.
strange case indeed, milord. That bucket seemingly disappeared from the murder scene.
Well, that totally means it won't be important. Wait, the milk bucket disappeared, you say?
There has been talk of wolves living in a nearby forest. It is thought they often make off with the items they find on the ground.
And Espella was dressed like Red Riding Hood. Great. Wolves that steal your stuff. Remind me to never set foot in that forest.
Pager?
Oh, this is great, Nick. We got new evidence now.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Oh, sorry, you know, Nick, you don't really have much of a real maker. I'll say you're more like a somewhat articulate, run-of-the-mill baker. I think you might even have a knack for being a defender.
Hmm.
I don't know, Phoenix. Try saying ice is nice.
There's a clear contradiction somewhere in that testimony, and I'm going to find it. Ice is nice.
There you go.
There we are. Mug's got the girl.
Press before the poor fucking lamb gets strangled.
Let's see, looking over this and that.
Hold it!
Hold it! Muggs was one of the two rogues, is that correct?
Right. The man. That man. He grabbed the girl's arm and pulled out the knife. Huh?
Is something wrong?
I get the feeling she.
I grabbed the girl and held the knife.
Too much milk is dangerous.
Here, let's see. Max was the short one, and Rump was the. No. I think it was the other way around.
Oh my god, this is what I'm working with here.
I wonder if she.
Maybe she actually uses the milk to the moonshine. I don't know.
I wonder what she's thinking. I wonder if she can think.
Which way it was now, was it?
That's all well and good, but I was kind of just hoping you'd testify about the lantern.
Honorable witnesses, please continue with your testimonies.
Right
I heard a
then.
faint voice cry out the next moment.
Hold it!
Hold it! Exactly whose cry did you hear? Dribs, you can fill in for sure here.
It was the accused. It was the fella's voice, of course.
And did you get a good look at Miss Cantabella's face?
Yes. I mean, he was carrying that huge lantern after all.
Interesting.
Okay.
He loves me not. You're only sure because all the other witnesses just finished saying they saw her with the lantern. Remember that for later.
There was not a trace of fire or argument from ignorance.
Objection!
Phoenix, Phoenix, we're filming.
What is the matter, Defender? Wake up.
What is this feeling?
Frozen, I can't move.
I just felt the urge to shout out right from the bottom of my lungs while pointing my finger.
That's really bad education.
Objection! I can't help but feel that's a word I've used quite a bit in the past. That's it. I remember now. I remember everything. The Legal League of Attorneys exchange, Espella's trial, beating England at it, and then that strange book. Huh!
Fine.
This feeling. I feel like I can take on the world. Witness!
Oh. What was the sudden pointing?
It's rude!
I am a soon-to-be member of the Honorable Knights of the Inquisition. I accept your challenge. How about you?
Alright then. You say that no fire was present at the scene of the crime, meaning the defendant must have used magic. Unfortunately for you, that is not the case.
Was the first half of Phoenix's speech like how people feel the first time they play a game in this series?
Possibly.
What do you mean, Sir Apprentice Baker?
What I mean is that the defendant was in fact carrying a lantern. Those two rogues were actually burned by the flame that was inside that lantern.
Series, Shiri.
Wait, what was that?
Which series?
This one. Well, okay, yeah, I know what you mean. The Phoenix Wright series.
Ha!
Well, the 30 series, but yeah.
I know I'm pissing off some people by calling it that, but I don't care. Stay mad.
What a startling conclusion you come to, Sir Apprentice Baker.
At least you're not one of the people who calls Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. What do you mean?
My name is Ace Attorney. Occupation Phoenix Wright. Oh, wait.
The only logical explanation. Do you agree with this statement, horrible witnesses?
Horrible witnesses?
It is presumptuous for a man that knows nothing to claim that he knows something about which he really knows nothing.
In English, please.
That literally means nothing.
It's literally Socrates, Pedro.
Besides, how could one teeny tiny flame be strong enough to set above a place like that?
There were two of them. How could that flame engulf them so fast? That is a good point.
Also, how many petals does that flower have?
Yes.
Furthermore, if they did burn as quickly they did, you mean to suggest that they were soaked in oil or something? Now that's just preposterous.
Oh, god damn it. Even the rookie is calling me out.
You want to find a logical explanation for this?
Well, Sir Blue Knight, it will seem you have bitten off more than you can chew.
Well, at least Blue
Are
Knight
you
is a better
telling
name.
me I picked up gasoline instead of milk?
Maybe she did? I definitely didn't see that coming.
Well, look at the bright side, Phoenix. At least Blue Knight is a better nickname than Sir Apprentice Baker.
What say you, my lord? Do you have any thoughts on the proceedings thus far?
Oh boy.
Error 101.
Abort, retry, fail.
Given the testimony as we have heard it, this court has come to its conclusion.
Oh boy,
Not
you're ready.
guilty?
She's guilty.
It was a truly gruesome and merciless act. An act for which only one thing could be held responsible. The nefarious crime of magic!
So yeah, approaching these like our usual trials ain't gonna do much. Hold it! Wait just a second.
Is there something you have forgotten to mention, Defender?
Yes. Let me think about it. Okay, not exactly, Your Honor, it's just that I mean, You just said magic. That can't be right, can it? I mean, spirit channeling, that's one thing, but magic?
Yeah, fuck you.
What are you suggesting, Sir Apprentice Baker?
Can you please stop pointing your finger up like that? It's really rude.
Witches use magic, which in turn brings about disaster. Such is the way of this world, is it not?
Well...
It's funny when you consider this as a Japanese property as well, because even pointing in the sense of giving someone directions is very rude too, so...
Well, yeah. That may seem to be the case. Maybe they spontaneously combusted? If magic is a thing. But no way is that actually possible.
That's the thing, Shiro. The Japanese think everything is rude. That's the thing.
Not burping, apparently.
Really? That's
it's apparently a sign of gratitude of what you eat.
Okay, that is a legit surprise to me.
And also slurping your food, like if you have soup and stuff in the same vein, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Such any witch found practicing magic will be sentenced to death by fire.
Yeah, there's also this that I have to point out. Okay, Phoenix has regained his memories at this point, but he should still remember the time that he has spent here in Labyrinthia. Therefore, he should know about the rules, but at least the narrative that magic is a real thing. So why is he surprised by this?
Yeah, I never quite get that too. My guess is that they're implying that the mix and flood of memories is kind of messing with his perception of this world.
This is gonna be a thing that I will mention again when the trial actually ends.
It could also be like we're not.
Who's one in charge here?
It could also be we know that none of them have really been here very long, and as far as we know, Phoenix has just been stuck in the bakery. Like, how much of Labyrinthia has he actually seen?
True.
Okay.
As far
And
as
interactive with. I mean, the story doesn't really tell us. That's just my guess on the front.
And given how it's
Seven and I heard it. Is that right, Precious? We heard that incantation quite clearly.
Yeah, alright.
anymore, and you might kill your precious.
How could you hear it clearly over that poor baby, like, crying for help?
Used to it.
That frightening voice. There's no mistaking. It was Espella's voice.
Cue the score from Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I'm going to choke this flower to death.
I don't know what's gonna choke first, the flower or the lamb.
It's the best, everyone.
That poor lamb.
Inquisitors did not lie! Wait. I clearly hear an incantation was sinister. Ignace what?
Incantation?
Magic Phoenix. Ignace.
It's no good. I just can't wrap my head around this topsy-turvy, otherworldly court.
Culture shock.
Well then, it will seem the defense has no further objections.
It's Magic Phoenix. Case closed.
It appears so. Court finds the use of magic at the time of the murder to be an undeniable fact.
Oh dear.
Furthermore, the honourable witnesses have stated that they each heard an incantation being recited. The court finds no reason to delay its verdict.
Oh,
I love this animation from the.
yeah. Nick, we have to do something.
I know, but what exactly can we say?
I could channel the dead witnesses.
Maybe you should ask Mia for help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here in this world, our sense of logic is completely useless.
This
The gavel
court is ready to
lagged.
hand down its verdict for the case of Espella Cantabella.
Oh boy, and we'll see what that verdict is in the next part.
Guilty.
What a suspense. See ya.
Oh yeah, how
See ya.
Espella got out of this one? So.
See you then to figure out.